Hey yogis, welcome to this short and sweet little handstand warm-up video. It's going to be about 5 minutes and I'll take you through how I get my body prepped and ready to practice handstands. We won't be doing any handstands in this video, just getting ready for them. But if you do want an actual handstand video, then let me know and I can make that as well. Just the last quick little thing is that if you do find this video useful, I would be really grateful for any likes, any comments, and of course subscribing to my channel if you've not done so already. So to begin, come into a tabletop position. Shoulders over elbows over wrists, knees over hips, wrist creases facing roughly forwards towards the front of the mat, and start to rock the weight back and forwards on the wrist. Just taking it to the edge of the stretch in your body, so it might feel a bit uncomfortable, but we never want to be in pain. Now turn the fingertips to face outwards, start to rock the weight from side to side. Bending into one elbow at a time maybe as you move from each side to the other. And now turn the fingertips to face towards you, wrists towards the front of the mat and rocking it back and forth. You can tuck under the toes here so they act like a little break as you move backwards so you don't go too far. And release from the hands, give them a little shake, a little wiggle. Bring the fingers to interlace, start to take circles with the wrists in one direction and then switch, go in the other direction. Switch the interlace so the opposite thumb is on top and then do the same again. Going in both directions. There'll be one direction that feels very unnatural and weird, but that's totally okay. Come back to your tabletop position. This time, bring the backs of the hands onto the mat, fingertips facing towards you. And just really, really gently here. Very, very carefully, very, very gently. Rocking the weight, pressing all of the fingers down into the mat. Turn the fingertips to face one another. Wrist creases facing upwards. Rocking from side to side, very gently. Once again, sit back, give them a little wiggle if that feels good. Last time, coming back into our tabletop position, we'll lift the wrists off the mat, keeping all of the fingers rooted down into the earth, just lifting the wrists. And the further forward you put your weight onto your wrists, the more of a stretch you will feel, the more intensity. So you can come back here or you can lean forward here like this. We're just activating our forearms here. So you might start to feel your forearms burning. That's not necessarily a bad thing because we need them to be active and alive for our handstands. And release there, tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the mat, straighten the legs, start to walk the feet in towards the hands, coming into a forward fold kind of thing with both the hands and the feet rooted on the mat. You can bend your knees super duper deeply here so that you keep a nice long spine and just start to rock the weight up onto the toes, lifting the heels off the mat. And as you lift up, putting the weight into the hands. The closer your hands and feet are to one another, the more of a challenge this will be. So you might start with them far away and then bring them closer together. Keeping the entire hand pressing into the earth as you lift those heels. Let's go for just 2 more rocks. And release. Drop the knees down onto the mat. Come into a kneeling position with the shins on the mat. I'll talk you through this slowly and then we'll pick up the pace on it. So we'll sweep the arms behind us and then sweep them up overhead. As they come up overhead, the palms turn to face the front of the room, and you can grab hold of one hand with the other as they come up overhead like this. So they swing behind and then we grab one hand as we come up and alternate which hand is grabbing which. So start to pick up the pace. We're just using that grasp of the hands to act like a brake as the arms swing overhead. And make sure that you've got the core nice and engaged here. So we just want to be opening up through the chest and the shoulders here and not arching through the lower spine. Keep it flowing. See if you maybe get the arms further back and further forward with each repetition. And remembering to alternate which hand is grabbing behind which. One more time, and then release the hands down by your sides, and then we'll start to take them in front and behind us. So crossing them behind and then in front. Once again, alternating which arm is on top as you come in front and behind. You might accidentally whack your fingers into each other when you come behind, that's all right. And just 2 more seconds and stop. Let those arms swing, stop flowing by your sides. Just one last move before we finish off. We'll just hold in a little move to fire up our core. So coming down into a low boat position, hovering the arms and the shoulders and the feet off the mat. You can have the arms down by your sides or up overhead for more of a challenge. Or maybe alternate between the two. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. That is very, very difficult to speak through, but hopefully your arms, your wrists and your shoulders, your core, all that good stuff are feeling ready to take on some handstands. Good luck with your handstand practicing.